Welcome back to what may be the end of Anvilquested, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Marcus Aurelius, and this is Dwarf Fortress. And we have dug out a few more tiles of the adamantium, and now we are basically waiting for our new miner, Ara, to go down and dig out a downward staircase. Now, because Ara is putting herself at extreme risk, I'm going to forego the usual dwarf profile in this episode and instead go right ahead and profile Ara. So Ara is the wife of Morin, the younger sister of Ibrin. Wow. And that's it. Apparently this family is not as incestuous as all the other ones in the fortress. Alright, Ara. Wow. Very good. And, let's see here. Ara. Ara Kubak, O Theist, or Othlest. Ara Lanced Scorches is a dwarf who is 44 years old, relatively young, is a miner, as we can see, felt pleasure seeing a completely sublime door, and satisfied at work. Pleasure seeing a fine seat, bliss dining in a legendary dining room, pleasure seeing a bunch of different things, and horrified after witnessing death 15 times, but then nothing after witnessing death an additional 11 times. She's a legendary +5 miner and an adept furnace operator. She's a nervous wreck. She is more likely to stumble obliviously and go stark raving mad. Possibly opening up a portal into hell will have a negative effect on her. She occasionally overindulges and is grateful when others help her out, and she tries to return favors. She finds the humor in most situations and is very humble. She tends to share her own experiences and thoughts with others, and she doesn't try to get things done perfectly. She does not care about fairness. She finds eloquence off-putting, and she dreams of creating a great work of art. I don't think miner is even a mutable skill, so there's probably not a great work of art in her future. Unfortunately, let's make a deal is her quote, which is kind of weird. Doesn't have a lot to do with her personality. She's fat, her nose is hooked, her eyebrows are quite long, her nose bridge is slightly convex, her copper eyes are slightly protruding. Her hair is chestnut, her medium-length hair is tied in a ponytail, and her skin is copper. She's quite durable and slow to tire because of all of her training mining. That's why miners make good military dwarves later on, if you'd like to convert them. Ara likes porcelain, bismuth, jasper opal, the color chestnut, rings, and turkeys for their waddle. Waddle? When possible, she prefers to consume blood amaranth beer. She absolutely detests blood gnats. She has very good intuition, a good kinesthetic sense, and an ability to read emotions fairly well, but she has poor focus, a little difficulty with words, little willpower, a meager ability with social relationships, and very little patience. And that is Ara. Alright, and she's coming down to dig a downward staircase. We'll see how that goes. Now, I just want to announce, for those of you who care, that I now have a Twitter feed, which will announce all of my episodes, and will also provide a platform for me to make announcements about the channel. I'm not going to be like some people and write a whole bunch of random personal stuff. And here we go. Here we go. Before we start anything, though, M, as in Marcus, Aurelius LP on Twitter. You can get to it from my channel homepage and from the About page of my channel. But please, if you have Twitter and you're into this sort of thing, please go ahead and follow me. I'd appreciate it. All right, moving on. You have discovered an eerie cavern. The air above the dark stone floor is alive with vortices of purple light and dark, boiling clouds. Seemingly bottomless, glowing pits mark the surface. Horrifying screams come from the darkness below. All right. And these horrifying screams have a name, ladies and gentlemen, and they are called Shade Haunts, Scorpion Fly Demons, White Monsters. Street phantoms, yes. Sleet phantoms. Ember's ghosts, gray spirits. Banshee of salt. That shouldn't be very hard to kill. Okay, let's look at the white monster. A gigantic humanoid composed of salt. Easy. Easy to kill. A gigantic humanoid composed of snow. An enormous feathered scorpion fly. It has a fat bulging trunk and it undulates rhythmically. Its slate gray feathers are long and sparse. Beware its deadly blood. Okay, gotta watch out for those guys. Shadehaunt. A towering pterosaur composed of ash. So all these guys should fall pretty quickly to our spike traps. I already looked at the white monsters made out of snow. Okay. What's an Ember's ghost? A gigantic bee composed of ash. Alright, so I'm not feeling particularly put off by these creatures. And as you can see, here's the dark below. Let's open it up to the wide screen. We can only see a portion of it, but as you can see, it is composed of these pits that go down into eternity. The eerie glowing pits, as they are called. The ground is made of slade, which is a substance I believe you cannot dig through. And that is that. Interesting. And that is the bottom. Cannot go any further down than that. Where these pits go down to, we do not know. And what is this? This is a ceratopsid monster. An enormous ceratopsid with external ribs. It has thin wings of stretched skin, and it is slavering. Its black scales are blocky and overlapping. Beware its deadly spittle. He's incredibly muscular. He must work out. Hey, ceratopsid. Alright. So we have some things to do now before terror engulfs our entire fortress. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to... Nope, that's not what we're going to do. We're going to set our civilians to a danger alert. Okay, that is the first thing we're going to do. Next, we are going to wait until Ara makes it out. And we're going to try to raise this drawbridge. Come on, Ara. Oh god. Oh god. They move. They move really fast. There's a scorpion fly. Alright, well. Oh boy. Oh boy. Alright, well. We can only do what we can do. We can handle one scorpion fly. Okay. Whew. Let's take a look here. So we have... No. No. South, Demon Trap. Demon Entrance. North, Demon Trap. Those are the three pillars. Demon Crossbows. Okay, so we want the Demon Entrance, first of all, and the South Demon Trap. Let's get those. Let's get the entrance first. Pull. And pull. And hopefully this setup will work for me. Oh boy. Ara, you have my best wishes. Pull the levers, guys. You're in the room. Ah, shoot. I don't understand. I do not understand. You are in the same room. The same room as the levers. Well, they've both been pulled. Okay. Alright, well. See, the problem here is that I can't turn on the spikes until Ara's safe because... Oh, jeez. I have to sacrifice Ara. Shoot, I was really hoping I could trap these guys. I was really hoping I could trap them. I was really hoping I could trap them. This is not good. There are so many of them. Okay, What's the plan, Marcus? I'm sorry, Ara. I'm sorry. Let's lock the demons in as best we can, even if it means locking Ara in there with them. And let's get this ready too. So, in all the excitement, I've forgotten how I originally did this. I guess I did something here. I think it was the track. Was it rough gabbro track? Build? No. It wasn't Q. Because that just gets me to the pressure plate. Maybe it was... I'm going to pause the recording for a moment, and I will come back in just a second when I have figured out how to do this. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're back, and I think I've figured it out. I created a stop here. Hopefully it'll work. In the meantime, however... Ara, unfortunately, is about to be trapped here with a bunch of demons. I'm not entirely pleased with how long it's taking to pull levers, and that's the end of Ara. Oh boy. Sorry, Ara. This had to be for the greater good of the fortress. They're just kind of leaving her alone. Oh, nope. Not anymore. And Ara's done. Where are you guys going? You can't get past that wall. Nope, I'm correct. They can't. Alright. So that was the end of Ara. She was taken out by a winged phantom. The winged phantom pushes Ara in the lower body, bruising the fat through the pig-tail fiber trousers. Ara says, "The battle rages, I laugh in the face of death." Well, that's a very dwarfy way to go, so that's good, Ara. The winged phantom pushes the miner in the head, and the injured part collapses into a lump of gore. Holy shit! An artery has been opened by the attack. The miner is propelled away by the force of the blow. The miner's right hand skids along the ground, and the part splits into gore. An artery has been opened by the attack. Alright. Someone's got to bring this minecart here. We got things what need doing. Anytime, guys. It's not like the fortress is being attacked by a large group of demons, but I'm really worried about how long it's been taking to pull these levers. Okay, here comes the minecart. Please work. Okay, perfect. So now, we need to forbid the minecart. Okay. Alright, so now that means that our spikes should start working. And they are. Are we actually harming these creatures? We are. We are. Scorpion fly demon falls over. White monster falls over. The menacing steel spike strikes the shade haunt in the lower body, and the severed part sails off in an arc. The menacing steel spike strikes the white monster in the upper body, breaking away the tissue. The menacing steel spike strikes the scorpionfly demon in the abdomen, tearing the muscle and tearing the guts. A ligament has been torn and a tendon has been torn. Excellent. Excellent. What happened? Whose dead body did we find? Ara. Ara has been found dead. By whom? I do not know. But we are ravaging these guys. You can see their corpses around. Oh, what's the red guy? What's the red guy? A burning demon, a huge theropod composed of flame. It is a pair of long antennae, and it squirms and fidgets. Hey, if they're just going to run around on my spikes, I'm going to let them go ahead and do so. What is all this stuff? A pool of scorpionfly demon. Oh, great. There's pools of them. Okay, despite the fiasco with lever pulling, this is working surprisingly well. And they keep running over the spikes. So as long as they keep doing that, we're going to keep taking advantage of it. Look at the gore. Look at just the nastiness everywhere. What is this? Ember's Ghost, right third leg, Scorpionfly, Demon Corpse. So if anybody ever asks you if a ghost can be harmed by a steel spike, the correct answer is yes. This is great. They just keep running back and forth. Except for these guys here. These guys are smart. The scorpion flies. They're my least favorite, those jerks. They are staying well outside of the spikes. But we're having a field day with the rest of them. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's still plenty more of them, as you can see. What are these guys? Sleet phantoms, okay, not too worried about those. Haven't seen anything crazy, like anything made out of steel or anything. You know what, let's look at them. Okay. We've seen the Ember's Ghost, we've seen the White Phantoms, we've seen the Scorpionfly Demons. One of them has a name. It must be the one that killed Ara. An enormous blob composed of ash. It has wings and it squirms and fidgets. Yeah, it has spatters of Ara on it. So I'm pretty sure that's the one that did Ara in. So far, round one of my Demon Gauntlet has been relatively successful, but I need it to be more successful before I start allowing these creatures in. But I think that our melee dwarves should actually be able to take out some of these guys. Come on, get him. This one right there. We just keep taking him out. The Ember's Ghost. I wish I can get an idea of how many we've killed. Now the cave-in traps might be pretty useless if it takes as long to flip those switches as I think. Alright. So we have a group of scorpion flies just kind of hanging around here. We have a group here. These guys are getting nailed. There's still plenty of these things, though. Alright, I think it's time. So right now it looks like the southernmost one is free. So let's time this. I'm going to see how long this takes. South Demon Trap. Okay. Let's pull that. And let's just watch. No one's even moving toward... Oh, there we go. Who was that? Tulmac. Okay. Alright, so what that should do is that should lower this, and there's no demons nearby, so they'll have to come around and get it. This one's broken, because there's demons standing on top of it. But think now might be a good time to get our troops ready. So squads, bum chafes. I want you here. McWinfield. I want you here. And Deramos. I want you here. Now what I'm going to do is as soon as they enter here, I'm going to try to lift this one right here. But if I fail, I'm also going to try to lift this one. So hopefully, by the time they get all the way around here, this one will have been pulled. We shall see. But this bridge here should lower. There it does. Okay. And my FPS is just going straight into the toilet, as you can see. As all of these demons realize that they now have a pathway into my fortress. Wow. This probably isn't going to make for very entertaining watching if it continues like this. I wouldn't even begin to know how to power through this. But this is certainly pretty bad. As you can see, there's not that many of them. There's a whole bunch of other random stuff. There's elkbirds and crundles and rutherers and red panda men and all kinds of stuff, but there's only a few of these guys. I don't understand why the FPS is so crazy. There's not that many units. But this is pretty terrible. But why? There's very few of these things. Why on earth are they slowing down the FPS that much? Regardless, none of them have actually made it to the drawbridge yet. There's one right there, Scorpion Fly. Right there. Alright, he's made it past the spikes. But he's got a whole nother set of them to go through. This didn't really happen as I expected. I thought they'd be like the goblins and kind of stick together so that I could open this one and then close it and open this one, but honestly I feel like I almost want to let these guys get through. Besides, I have to worry about this one, because if I try to close it on top of this guy, it might shatter. But we'll get to see how our Marks Dwarves do against a Scorpion Fly. Not for a while, though. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is pretty much the central failing of Dwarf Fortress, is that for a game with absolutely no graphics to speak of, this is the same computer that can run Mount & Blade Warband at max settings, that can run The Witcher 3 at max settings. Well, with the exception of the crazy NVIDIA hair effect, which I have to turn off. And then it can also run Total War Attila at max settings. So, and it's struggling right now. I'm afraid that my tower's about to blow up. It's struggling to compute Dwarf Fortress, and that really is why the end game with Dwarf Fortress, generally you don't see people taking fortresses to 200 years or anything, because there's only a certain amount of tedium that humans can experience. But we've got Scorpion Fly number 2 on the way. And this guy right here seems content to just kind of stay where he is. He's not trying to get around. This is Alright, ladies and gentlemen, well, you know what, I don't know exactly how long this has been since I took a little break in the middle to figure something out, but this has gone on for a while, so I'm going to go ahead and end the video here. But next episode, we will see the further adventures of the demon assault upon Anvilquested. So once again, I am Marcus Aurelius. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good one.